Rise of the Ronin presents a significant challenge. That's why we offer you starting tips. You will learn how to win battles, heal yourself, and develop your hero. We'll also explain how exploration, stealth, and karma consumption work. Don't know how to use counter sparks and perform a critical hit, or how to deal with red attacks? Then this video is for you. Do you want to effectively manage health and ki, use the grappling rope, or use stealth assassinations? You are at the right place. You will also learn the secrets of resource management. Let's go. You can modify the difficulty level. Remember that, because it's an unusual feature. Unlike many Souls-like games, Rise of the Ronin allows you to change and lower the difficulty level. Twilight, the default level, is challenging, especially if you haven't mastered counters and dodges. You choose the difficulty when starting a new game. You can also change it mid-game, but not at any time. You must reach any of the Veiled Edge banners, which serve a similar function to the bonfires in Dark Souls. Then you can open the game settings. After choosing the lowest difficulty level, you also get access to 2 additional facilitations: increased health regeneration from medicines and reduced ki loss after attacks. It is worth noting that ki works similarly to stamina. Thanks to these options, you'll be able to heal more effectively and do a few extra attacks before the ki bar is depleted. Blocking attacks is crucial. Counters are one of the basic combat techniques in Rise of the Ronin. Our samurai can deflect an enemy attack when it is about to reach them. Precision is key here. Pressing the counter spark button, triangle on the controller, too early or too late exposes us to the attack. Also remember that a counter spark must be performed for each attack in a combo. If the opponent performs, for example, a 3-hit combo, you have to block each of them. Successful counters charge the opponent's panic meter. Once it gets full, you will be able to perform a critical hit, indicated by a red icon next to the opponent. Such attacks can immediately kill an enemy or inflict serious damage. Using counter sparks will make fighting some bosses much easier. They will allow you to perform critical hits faster. You do charge this bar with regular attacks, but at a slower pace. Observe the ki level and use Blade Flash. During fights, in addition to keeping your eye on your health, you should also pay attention to the blue ki bar. All major actions and attacks depleted. Avoid depleting all of your ki. Your character may then become defenseless for a short while. Opponents will of course use this to attack you, and you won't be able to stop them. Ki regenerates automatically. You just need to move away from the enemy for a moment. You can also restore a portion of ki manually using the Blade Flash. It involves cleaning the weapon of blood. You have to press the R1 button right after a single attack or a combo. Your weapon flashing white means that you have done it correctly. React to enemies' red attacks. Opponents have special skills, the so-called red attacks. These are stronger strikes and combinations that can inflict significant damage and knock the hero to the ground. Using counter spark on red attacks is possible, but very risky. The counter must be perfect to stop the attack. However, the risk is worth it. If you succeed, you can immediately charge the enemy's panic bar. Red attacks can be treacherous. Opponents use them ultra fast or signal them poorly. In such situations, it is safer to dodge. Don't use blocks, because most of the red attacks can break through them. Your hero can use special combat skills too. Their range of skills depends on the weapon and chosen style. Try to use them when there is less risk of them missing or getting hit by the enemy first. Adapt your combat style to each opponent. The game will teach you how to react to different combat styles during the fight with Gonzo, one of the bosses. Check the marker to the right of the enemy's health bar. Red arrows pointing down inform that your current style will be less effective, while blue arrows pointing up confirm that you have chosen the right style. You will unlock new combat styles for various weapons during the game by defeating certain fugitives or by developing bonds with your companions. The styles are set in the equipment window. You can change prepared techniques on the fly without stopping the fight. Hold down R1. Available options will appear in the lower right corner. Use the right analog stick to choose the most effective one against a given opponent, preferably the one with blue arrows. It's also worth having a second weapon from a different category with different combat styles ready. If you don't have the right style, take control of your companion. There's a chance that they may have the right one. Some bosses and elite enemies can dynamically change style during combat. Try to switch to a new appropriate technique right away. Complete activities on the map. Quests have recommended levels, and you should not start them with a character that is too weak. You can develop your hero by completing optional activities. You can discover quests on your own, or they will automatically reveal themselves by increasing the bond level with a given region. Look out mainly for the following markers. Shrine. Praying at each shrine earns you 1 free skill point. Fugitive. Defeating these mini-bosses rewards you with experience points. There is also a chance that you will learn a new combat style. Unruly Area. These are good locations to gain experience and loot by defeating enemies. Start with locations that have a level lower than your hero. Side missions. Thanks to them, we can obtain valuable rewards, such as unique weapons or pieces of equipment. Quests are also an opportunity to obtain additional rewards, such as silver coins or weapons, and to accumulate experience points. By completing a region in 100%, you will receive, among other things, free skill points. Try to max out simple regions with fewer activities and collectibles first. Use ranged weapons. The game offers various types of ranged weapons. You can obtain them as rewards in quests, as loot, or buy them from merchants. We particularly recommend these three categories. Revolver. A good supporting weapon during direct confrontations. Firing a shot when an enemy attacks works similarly to a counterspark. It is able to block an attack and significantly charge the opponent's panic bar. Rifle. An excellent choice for easily eliminating distant enemies, such as enemy archers standing on rooftops or in other hard-to-reach places. Bow. The advantage of a bow compared to a rifle is that its shots are silent. However, a single hit may not be enough to take down an enemy. Look for opportunities for stealth attacks. Sneaking and stealth attacks can reduce the number of direct fights, which always carry the risk of losing health points or dying. Remember to move in a crouched position, looking for tall grass, and avoid enemies' field of vision. You can also jump off roofs and high ledges. Landing on opponents while using a hang glider will also do the trick. Wait for the red icon to perform a stealth attack. Assassination allows you to stab the enemy with your blade and perform a critical hit. Weaker enemies will die on the spot. However, elite enemies and bosses will only receive some damage. Leave them for last, because a failed assassination attempt that didn't kill the enemy might alert the whole area. Take useful companions on missions. You can do the missions that are preceded by the battle preparation screen with a maximum of 2 companions. They can be real players or AI companions. You choose companions from the pool of characters you have met, although not all of them will be available for a given mission. Each ally has an impact on something. You can get increased attributes and passive bonuses for the duration of that mission. The choice of companions should depend on your playstyle. For example, Ryoma Sakamoto can increase the number of bullets in the revolver, and Genzui Kusaka can reduce the ki consumption of combat skills. Switch between characters during missions. In this way, for example, you can divert the boss's attention from a heavily attacked hero, gain easy access to another weapon or combat style, or resurrect a fallen character without having to restart the entire fight. Check the medicine supply before a major battle. The basic medicines in the game are medicinal pills and healing elixirs. You can find these items as loot, craft them, or buy them from merchants. Unfortunately, there is a limit on the number of consumables. This also applies to medicines. If you have collected, for example, 99 medicinal pills, you cannot swallow them all during the same boss fight. All excess medicines go into the stash. Your stock of consumable items is automatically renewed when you interact with a banner. You will always find a banner in front of the boss fight arena. This limits the risk of starting a difficult fight with fewer healing items. The medicine supplies can also be replenished after your death, but only up to a certain value. You can increase the limit of your medicines by purchasing specific skills. Banners also allow you to save the game. Don't rely solely on automatic saves. Remember to also make manual saves. Use the grappling rope. The grappling rope is a very useful tool available from the very beginning of the game. It has various uses. During fights, you can use it to pull opponents towards you. They may be able to block it, but it's worth trying. The rope also helps you shorten the distance and make the first attack immediately. Before or during battle, you can grab objects in the area and throw them at enemies. These can be, for example, explosive barrels or containers that will paralyze opponents. Grab them at the beginning of the fights because during the battles the surroundings may get destroyed. While exploring, you can grab onto interactive hooks. This will allow your character, for example, to reach a roof. Some of these actions need to be performed in a series, so use the grappling rope again while in the air. Do not spend silver coins on common items. Silver coins are a rarer and harder to obtain currency. You can obtain them as loot in treasure chests, receive them as rewards in selected quests, or get them by finding cats. You can spend coins at selected merchants and NPCs. Don't spend them on common weapons and equipment. There is a high chance that you will get most of this type of equipment from defeated enemies or for completing quests. Instead, look for unique items, such as those that give free skill points or other permanent stat bonuses. Use the accumulated karma. In addition to gaining experience, you also collect karma points. Once the karma bar is full, it is not spent automatically. Make sure to return to the nearest banner. After interacting with it, the game will display information about converting karma into skill points. You can lose karma upon death. This will trigger the vendetta mechanic. You will get one chance to regain lost karma. You have to kill or land a critical hit on the opponent who killed you earlier. Plan out how you want to spend skill points. Character development in the game is complicated by the fact that skill points are divided into two groups, regular or more common. You can receive them, among others, by leveling up, accumulating karma, completing regions in 100%, or increasing proficiency in handling various types of weapons. Rare skill points, as the name suggests, are acquired more slowly. They can be, among others, rewarded for reaching a specific karma level, deepening bonds with NPCs, or reading treatises in the inventory. Check all trees carefully. Different skills from the same branch may require spending common or rare skill points. Plan out how you want to spend points so that you can quickly reach the skills that interest you the most. Also, remember that you can improve selected abilities. It's worth investing in those you use most often. If your build doesn't work, you can respec the character. Our text guide explains how to do this. Stay tuned for more tips from Gamepressure.com.